Welcome back to the old BWS, the old 30 Windshield series with me, Meredith. We're out and about. I thought, let's see, I talked about Sting, the Police, which got me thinking, 1979, of course. Smashing Pumpkins wrote a song about 1979 or whatever. Their video, remember that back in 95 or whatever. Anyways, I mentioned London Calling by The Clash. A huge album for them, especially in America. That album, looking back and listening to it, it was one of the few records that Rolling Stone gave full stars to, I believe. And rightly so. It is an infusion of rock, rockabilly, ska, reggae, and by all accounts, that album, start to finish, is something that you can just listen to over and over and over again. I know when I bought that record, I guess it would be 1981 when I bought it. I know it came out late 79, early 80. I remember going my friend's birthday party, and we went down and saw the Blues Brothers in the movie theaters down on Granville Street. His parents took us, dropped us off, and of course that was sort of the height of the punk, or the beginning of punk, post-punk. And I remember hearing London Calling and thinking, wow, boy, that's kind of an angry sounding song. And then I heard Train in Vain, which is that hidden song at the end of the album, thinking, God, I really like this. What is this? And that record, to me, really represented a change in music, along with the Police, what they had done and come along with. And so, from the opening tracks on the album to the final cut, Train in Vain, that album is just like, wow. You listen to London Calling, you know, Spanish Bombs, Death or Glory, The Card Cheat. Like, I mean, it never stops. It is so awesome. The Guns of Brixton, where Paul Simon sings. Like, I mean, it's just, it doesn't stop. And it's a classic album. I remember, I think I bought the album in like, when I was 12 or something. Somewhere in there. The double album. It was huge. It was expensive, but it wasn't. They gave you a lot of music for what you paid for. It was a little bit more expensive, but not much. But it was worth it. Mick Jones, I always thought of him as the musical director Joe Strummer, socially aware, but Mick Jones with the sense of musical direction just made it always work. And of course, listen to the Clash's first album from '77. If you listen to the US release, you know, it's got Clash City Rockers on there, Complete Control, Remote Control. When you listen to it, it's like, yeah, it's in your face, it's, you know, balls to the wall. But when you listen to London Calling, what an experience that is, like sonically. Like the card cheat, the way the piano comes in, and the snare when it comes in. Like, it's, what an experience. When they were making that, I wonder if they sat there and like, whoa, this is so cool. Like I do. 40 something years later, I still marvel at that, and just, it blows me away. It's one of those records that the deeper you get into it, you realize it's actually those tracks where they really spent some time recording and getting it right. Like, they're not filler tracks by any means. No, they're like, wow. And nobody ever talks about songs like The Card Cheat, because that song for me is probably one of the greatest Clash songs that was ever recorded. And I think Mick Jones sings on it. The Clash, you know, after Combat Rock, the band started falling apart and they got rid of Mick Jones. And then I remember they cut the crap in '85, and it was like, okay, like This Is England was okay, but I mean, it didn't have it anymore. The fire was gone out of the band, you know. Mick Jones, even, like, I think he was always more, had the rock sensibility about him, the glam rock, the Beatlesque harmony. But that was in him, I always thought. And when he left, that band just, it wasn't the same anymore, and you can hear it. Combat Rock, when you listen to it, you go, yeah, what a great album to finish off, you know. Even though it wasn't their last album, it was Cut the Crap, but really it was Combat Rock in '82 was the album that, to me, is really the Clash's last album, because the Clash without Mick Jones is not the Clash. It's Joe Strummer's ego and, you know, Paul Simon. Not that there's anything, you know, wrong. I mean, you know, nothing lasts forever, but definitely. Anyways, go check it out. London Calling, probably the most famous album in their catalog, and of course the iconic picture from, I think, the Texas Palladium where Paul Simon is, you know, throwing his bass down there on the front cover. Just absolute, you know, brilliant. Anyways, guys, that's it. Have yourselves a good one. Let me know what you think of that record, if it had a profound impact on you when it came out, or if you're just discovering it. Let me know. I All right, over and out. Shalom.